Hi everyone, welcome to Ethernal Realms and welcome to this reading. We will see what your month of August looks like in this pick a card video. We have pile 1 here, 2, 3 and 4 as you can see. Make sure to choose with your intuition. If you're not sure how, you can watch the video in the ribbon above and it will walk you through it. Once you've made your choice, you can see your reading in the timestamps in the description box and the comment below. So whenever you're ready, we will get started. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So let's get into it and get a message for you guys for the month of August. So we're gonna get top 3 major highlights for your month ahead. Now I generally do zodiac readings for the month ahead, but nowadays I'm not including the astrology anymore in the tarot videos. So I'm going to make this pick a card version for the month ahead in the form of tarot. But if you are interested in the astrology, I have that in the zodiac format on my channel, so you can check that out. Okay, so let's get into it and see what the first major highlight is for the month of August for pile number 1, please. Okay, let's take this guy and pile number 1. Let's do a highlight number 2. Second major highlight. All right, and let's get into the third one, then we'll get into it. Third major highlight for the month of August for pile number 1, please. You're getting 2 cards. I'm looking for 1, please. Oops. Actually, I'm going to take this one because it's separated from the rest. All right, so let's see. First major highlight. Wow, I love to see the sun in like any card, any oracle form, anything. Okay, so the sun represents the happiness and well-being that you're feeling in the month of August. You might be a Leo sun, moon or rising, or you have many planets in that house in astrology because the sun rules Leo and most of August is still Leo season, and by the 23rd we then move to Virgo season. Okay, then we have arrow, which says you are on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. That's always nice to know. And we have coins, which says money will be coming to you. So I'm also getting that some of you have been concerned about money in the past. So the fact that you are coming into some, increase in income in some way, through your business, through your job, or through some side hustle or something, you're feeling quite optimistic now about the future that is unfolding for you. Okay, so you feel as though you're going on the right path. You're receiving lots of affirmations as well. I'm getting that you are being noticed and validated. There's more appreciation around you as well, and you are stepping more into that abundance mindset. You're like, yep, it can happen. What I want can happen. Prosperity is in my hands, and you're not attaching yourself to anything, because look at the arrow, it's like free flying, and even the coins are like falling freely, right? That freedom, the liberation is really standing out here. So you're releasing expectations in some way with some area of life. Now, even if the money is not literal, this can talk about abundance in the form of love. If you're looking for someone, or even if you're in a partnership and you're wanting to connect with them deeper, that is possible here because you're happy. So whatever it is that you require to feel happy and well, that is coming into your life, or at least the resources are coming in which can support you in the getting of those things. So let's get some oracle cards and see what the month of August is all about for you. Pile number 1, please, month of August. Let's get a few cards. Okay, see, there you go. We have external validation. That's coming up first. Crazy. So that's what I was feeling earlier. And we also have change maker, make waves, which means there are some shifts and changes that are happening for the better. You're feeling inspired by those things. What else do we have? It closes out an old chapter. It starts a new frequency in your life is something I'm hearing. Your life has a different vibe to it. And the thing I like about the external validation is that headphones here, and the light within is basically talking about you, the identity, whoever gets the oracle card, and the headphones are like, you can hear them through maybe like a phone call or social media or something like that. But at the same time, you don't depend on it. You're not waiting on that to happen. So this is where the detachment, the healthy version of detachment, attachment dynamics, that's stepping in here. And that really releases you in more ways than one. We have what does your soul say, which indicates that you're moving more towards your purpose, and the light that you have within you is just very clear, as in what are you feeling fulfilled about, what do you actually want to do, and how can you do that, recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses as well. It's just very clear, and at the very least, it would become more clear with, some inner work or some meditation time or something where that intuition just becomes stronger. And that is a point of release as well. And the closer you get to your soul, there's that feeling of detachment, not in the sense that you don't need money anymore, you can live in the forest for free or whatever, no. But it does liberate you from constantly thinking about something that is not your path of fulfillment, because you in that moment are not feeling fulfilled. Okay, so instead focusing on things that just bring you joy and well-being, improve your state of being, that's going to take you straight away towards more abundance in various areas of life in this month. Wow, so powerful manifestation time. You are being noticed as well, so you have some influence in some regard. Then we have prosperity sisters, our happiness and joy. At the risk of repeating myself a million more times, this is talking about people supporting you, helping you out. You feel stable within your connections and relationships of any type. And this also indicates that you're attracting more abundance because you're being happy and joyful in the moment. You're also perhaps engaging in creativity, cooperation, taking the help of others, knowing where to delegate and knowing where you need to step in and take your roles and responsibilities, take more accountability in some areas of your life. You're doing all of that. So there can be a lifestyle change, for example. You could be doing some diet changes, or you're just doing something for your mental well-being that, okay, I cannot keep exerting myself in the pursuit of something, so I'm going to pursue, but then at the end of the day, I'm going to cap it off at like 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or something like that, which is very definite. And beyond that time, I'm going to spend half an hour exercising or meditating or cooking or gardening, whatever it is that brings you that stability and peace. Okay, so you're making a dedication in that regard, and you're feeling very happy about whatever it is you're doing. It feels like it'll take you where you want to go. Okay, what else do we have for pile number 1 for the month of August, please? By the way, if you're interested in a personal reading, I do them on Etsy, and you can get a week-by-week reading for yourself. But before that, I also get into the general vibe of the month, what is happening in love, career, and what is expanding and growing in the month ahead. So if you're interested, you can check it out. All right, we have so many cards coming through. Pile number 1, please. Month of August. Perfect. See, again, we have the 3 coming in. That's literally, okay, I was going to mention this, but prosperity sisters are happiness and joy. I always connect this with the 3 of Cups and the 3 of Pentacles, okay? And we have the 3 of Cups coming in here. So further validation that you have so much support and appreciation all around you. And the 9 of Cups indicates that you're getting some wish fulfillment that you have strived really hard to get, because 5 of Pentacles indicates that there might be some competition where you are, or for whichever way that you're wanting to make an achievement, and you might have been unclear about which way to go. If you're not resonating with this being in the past, in the month of August, there can be some situation that comes up which you feel really blocked about, and there is no way to decide with your logic whether you go for option A or option B or this decision or that. Instead, you need to drop into the intuition center, because that will give you that guidance or that clarity that you're looking for. Because we have 2 prosperous cards connected with the water element with the cups here, it talks about listening to your heart and following creativity, going with the flow. That is going to help you get there. With the 5 of Wands, what I'm getting is if you are wanting to get to a certain position in, let's say, for a job, You need to give it your best. Don't overthink it. Don't dilly-dally. No sitting behind. It's just a matter of go for it, put your best foot forward, and then let it be. Okay, because the outcome is not on you, just the effort is. That's a very clear message that came in. Okay, then we have the 10 of Pentacles as well, which once again talks about appreciation, lots of love and support from your family and other loved ones. This can also talk about, increasing in your wealth and finances, so you are able to support a family of your own if that's something you're wanting to create at this point. Also indicates legacy money, so you are connecting with your family members on some regard like this. This is also seeming as though you are making sure your environment, your immediate environment and your closest connections, that is all secure and standing on strong foundations, because you don't want that to be shaken. So some of you can be looking into your roots and being like, okay, so this is why I overthink, or this is where I cut myself short and I make it harder for myself than it needs to be, and this is where I can recognize my support. This is my joy, this is my love. You're identifying what exactly makes you that fulfilled, what fuels you with purpose. Because we can hear many different stories about get motivated by taking action or not by taking action, or something else that can motivate you or whatever. But in the end, it's different. It can be different combinations of these, modalities, or it's just absolutely different for you where you get that sense of purpose. It does not always have to be career or finance or love relationships. There are many different things in life that we have, and I think you're discovering more about that purpose where you just want to spread your roots in that regard. Yes, now with the 5 of Wands, this is indicating like trying on too many things, which may not all have the same goal. So you're spreading yourself thin in some way. If that is resonating with your current situation, and this is talking about finding that balance or that support, so you don't have to do so many different things at once. Okay, I recently had this epiphany where I just heard, I don't know, I was cooking, I was in a very zen state, and I just heard in my head, okay, 3 is the golden number. Try to do only 3 roles, and that's the best. Okay, so if you are like an entrepreneur or someone, or you just have many things going on in life, and like you have to take care of the kids, you have to take care of the pets, and you have to cook as well, or you have to do the gardening, and you have to do the job, and whatever, many different roles to play. This is asking you to trim down or cut out 2. That's quite literally what it's saying. -2 from the 5, and you get the harmony of 3. And that kind of doubles down and magnifies almost 3-fold. 3, 3, 3, 3. That's coming up so many times here. With card number 36 as well. 3 plus 3 times 2 is 6, and then 3 times 3 is the 9 of Cups that we're getting. Wow. Did not even see that early on when I just put the cards. But this is the golden rule. This is the magic number. For some reason it just came out. I don't know if that is an already established thing, but yes, that's a good rule, I guess. So yes, take support wherever you can, and let go of certain obligations if you can. And if you don't know which one to let go and what to take care of, that's when the soul work comes in, looking deeper and really understanding what exactly is bringing you that joy. Because when you're engaged only in such things, you're keeping your vibe high. You're not dropping it when you do something that you don't enjoy. And I'm not saying that we should only do the things that are pleasant. Pleasant is not necessarily fulfilling, right? I'm not saying that. But, trying harder or putting in some effort or some creativity and thought and things that we enjoy, they don't feel like effort, right? So that's kind of what I'm going by. I hope that was clear. Okay, let's see some more details for pile number 1, please. How's the month of August? We have the Sun again. Sun, Libra, and the 2nd house. Okay, some decisions coming around in regards to finances or your self-worth. You might be learning through other people your value and recognizing your self-worth even more. This also is indicating that you might be earning through legal consultations, or you might be involved in the legal industry. This can talk about your finances and creativity as well. So it looks like forming connections and being in that state of flow and openness of communicating with new people, experiencing new things, and kind of that whole thing where Libra is always trying to understand the other side. It does not have to strictly be people, but it's like forming relationships, evaluating relationships with finances. You're focusing on improving the dynamic as well. Libra is all about a dynamism. Okay, it's a cardinal sign, yes, but it's also an air sign, so it involves like thought and communication as well. So yes, I think you're thinking about what can you do next that is going to bring you a better harmony and better flow, and you're taking some steps in that direction that brings you more peace, basically. There can be some indecision about what you can or cannot do, or where should you invest or not, or whatever. There can be someone in the family who is more experienced than you in such matters. They can be someone who can give you some, tips or guidance, or you're kind of looking back and wondering, okay, how did my father used to do this, or how did my mom used to do this, or whatever, right? But there is a chance of learning from people. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile number 1. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated, that you enjoyed, and that it's insightful as well. Let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading, like I mentioned earlier, you can go to my Etsy page. The link is there in the description. And if you're looking for an astrology reading, which goes into a different perspective, but it's still like giving you more details and dates and all of that of what you can expect throughout the month, you can go over to my channel and that will be there for you as well. All right, so I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye. Hi Pile 2, welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see what your month of August is like. So I generally do the zodiac readings for the month, but now I'm not including the astrology anymore. I'm making that as a separate reading. So if you're interested in the astrology of the month ahead for you, you can check that in my channel. So instead, I'm going to be doing a pick a card for the month ahead. So let's see what is coming up for pile number 2. First major highlight, please. First major highlight for the month of August. Pile number 2. Okay. We don't need 2, we'll just take that one, and let's get 2 more. Second major highlight for the month of August, please. Pile number 2. Second major highlight. Again, we're getting 2, but I'm gonna go with 1. Okay, the third major highlight, please. Pile number 2, month of August. Third major highlight. Perfect. Okay. So the first message we have here is Ant, which says work, achievement, and success. Second major highlight, Desk, which says pay attention to your work. So work is coming up twice, and it is indicating that you gotta put in some effort here. Then we have Vase or Vase, secret admirer. All right. So, there is some things going on in terms of love, but also a lot more emphasis on the work. I guess this is someone at your workplace, it's likely, or in school or college, your own class or department, something like that. And this is talking about how, you might be working in a team, okay? And this can be a distraction, especially if you find out, and if you also have some mutual feelings, this can be a little bit of a distraction with regards to your work or whatever you're trying to achieve in life at this time. So we're gonna get into the oracles and let tarot get some more information before I get ahead. So let's see, pile number 2, month of August, please. Pile number 2. We have celebrate your wins. That's the 6 of Wands. You're being absolutely appreciated. We have shift the way to new potential. Yes. Creator water. Okay, this is where the romance and the love life comes in. One more. Okay, we have make a mission statement for your soul. So basically, okay, I'm not getting too much indication about whether this person is right for you or not. Instead, I'm getting more like it's not a no, but maybe not right now, because there are more energies supporting your work in some way, okay, or your goals and ambitions and just your bigger worldly, desires. Okay, so there can be some more, clients coming in, or more admirers and audiences. Like there's more types of admiration that's going on, but it's not necessarily romantic, but it does make you feel very appreciated and loved. Okay, so it can be bosses that are very hard to impress. They are being impressed by your work. That is one way. Other ways can be just people looking at you from afar and admiring your work ethic. So it's like in a colleague sense, but it can also be like a friendship that, they're really admiring how much you put in the effort, and that, you're reliable, dependable, trustworthy, these types of qualities coming in, and that, they can open up to you. So there's admiration in that way as well. So because it's secret, you're not finding out about it likely, but, you are, doing your thing. Okay, it looks like you're really busy this month. You're doing your thing, going about your life, and this is just happening in the sideline. So it's not coming to the forefront because there are other things to be achieved by you at this time. Okay, all right, apart from that, it can be talking about new jobs, because we've shifted away to new potential, and a mission statement. So maybe a place that you've wanted to get into for some time, that can be opening up here, and you're applying for that. You have these hopes and, fulfillment that you feel by pursuing such things, or that company or that job post or whatever the case is. But you're moving ahead. There's a lot of forward progress, and you have lots of strength and perseverance as well, and I think you've built it up from the past. This can also be talking about, you might be being protective over your heart. So even if there is a secret admirer, you're like, okay, well, I have to do these things first. You're reprioritizing, and you're just like very serious about that, because mission statement is like you're eagle-eyed on that. Okay, you're just fixed on that particular vision, and you're intending to make it happen. And I'm seeing that concentric view with the shift away to new potential card, and this is again indicating you're putting in whatever resources or efforts that you can, in order to realize something from, a belief or a desire into something that's reality. So let's see some more for pile number 2, please. Month of August. Pile number 2, month of August. Okay. In some cases, this can be a heart block, not in a medical sense. Okay, not in a medical sense, but oh, I forgot this. But like you're not looking for relationships or love because you have been hurt and you don't want to be hurt anymore, something like that. One more for pile number 2, month of August. Okay. So let's get into it. First, we got this card, the 8 of Cups. This is about cleansing, purging, and leaving the past in the past, just moving on from it subconsciously, internally, emotionally, whatever the LE. And you're moving into a new state of being. Okay, so there can be some cleansing things that you're working on at this time, or you're planning on leaving behind something that makes you feel very stuck. And I say stuck because 8 of Swords is coming in here as well. These are like circumstances where you sell yourself short. There can be a victim mentality that either the space is creating within you, or it's something you carry from way back, and it might be becoming, coming to the forefront, or you have been dealing with these things and you're finally ready to move on from this, okay? So the timeline of past present is a little bit blurred, and along the past as well, it can be the near past, where it can be the distant past as well. I'm not really getting that very clearly. But regardless, you're ready to make that change. Eights talk about abundance mindset, and again, that expansion and new potential coming in here. And it's indicating that it's really time to move on from an old phase of being. Then we got the Nine of Cups, which talks about wish fulfillment. It's about emotional bliss and happiness as well. It's prosperity and your manifestations coming to fruition. So if there are blocks either in the heart or in the mind, these things are coming up to the surface to be released so that your manifestations can come into reality. Also, it's indicating that you're feeling fulfilled in life. We have the Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups. There's a definite progression there. As you move ahead into the new phase, you are also leaving behind all of the blockages. You're kind of shedding. It feels like a shedding and moving into some place more abundant. We have the Knight of Cups, which is totally referring to that, secret admirer situation. They can be giving you some help or offering you some assistance and things like that to make their feelings known. We have the World as well coming through, which talks about graduation, or this is about ending a phase or a chapter in life, which we were getting just a moment earlier. Okay, so this is completing a cycle fully, and this includes the cleansing and purification process. So once you're done with the World, you start with the Fool. Okay, so it's a brand new chapter. It's not that after the World, after you complete your graduation and then you go on a cleansing journey. It's almost feeling like all of this is happening in this month, like all at once. And this restores your heart, opens your heart, and it just allows and invites new love in, or new states of fulfillment, creativity, and self-expression. This is very joyful, very romantic, and connected to the heart space. So artistic expression as well can be reaching new levels. There's some type of upgrade. Okay, even if you're already in this path, that whatever is blocking you at this time, it looks like it comes to recognition. And you must deal with it. That's what is like very loud and clear, because it can be healed. That's kind of the purpose of this month for you. I'm feeling that so strongly from the beginning, okay? So you can absolutely release things that are inhibiting your flourishing. So make a mission statement. Again, it's like very strong, loud and clear. It can even be like if you are feeling oppressed at your workspace and you have been thinking about, okay, I will move, I will try someplace else, I gotta make applications, but then you're procrastinating on it, or being lazy, or, time's not there, or some other reason, whatever the case is, that it moves down in the priority list. This month is saying, okay, you gotta just put yourself on that desk and be like, okay, I will make 10 applications today, or I will make 10 phone calls today, whatever the case is, right? And because you're doing that, you're really making that block kind of disappear. And I love that there's so many water things. It's almost like melting the blocks away, okay? Just clearing it as if nothing happened, as if nothing was there in the first place. It was literally built up in our head. Okay, so this also goes with if you have certain expectations regarding relationships or the type of people that you want to be with in that situation as well. Sometimes our loved ones remain a secret because we're not yet ready to accept them at that point in time. So whichever way this applies for you, leaving it behind. That's like a major chapter being closed. September onwards, it looks like a complete new beginning for you. And shifting the way to new potential, right? You're not there yet, but it's there. It's right on the horizon. Okay. Lots of admiration, lots of love and appreciation coming towards you too. Perhaps this can be like you're saying goodbye to where you have worked for a very long time. It's like a decade, and now you're finally moving on to something more free-flowing or flexible or something like that. So others might be like, oh, okay, we're gonna miss you, but good luck with stuff. Let's have a party and let's have fun. Bid you a proper goodbye or something like that. Okay. Lots of love coming in. And it looks like you've achieved a lot despite odds, okay? Maybe more than you give yourself credit. Because Eight of Swords is really that underselling type of card, okay? Where you believe you're worth much less than you actually are. Okay, let's see. What else do we have for pile number 2, month of August? By the way, I'm not saying that you will feel that. Okay, if you feel that in some aspect, That's what's being cleansed out. Okay, now Eight of Swords can also talk about like headaches and stuff like that, which is like anxieties, headaches, and blurry vision, or sort of, you know, head related problems. There might be some cleansing technique that you're discovering, or you're incorporating more meditation, or some sort of purification is happening here, that is restoring your health in that way, so you feel much better, much lighter, and easy to flow. Okay, all right, we have Mars and Scorpio in the 11th house. Okay, so this can talk about a severing of ties with an organization you are attached with for some time. This can also talk about pursuing creating some radical transformations, and purging or cleansing some negative influences in your life, such as friend groups, networks, organizations, and causes as well, which are constantly depleting your energy, asking you for more, but are not giving you any of the love, affection, acceptance, compassion, anything else that you are offering. So you're severing ties with those spaces which cultivate a negative, toxic environment, and or people who have like obsessive behavior in some way, and instead you're very passionate to follow through with your own aspirations. You're like, why am I settling for this? Okay, let me make this big change, and let me move towards these hopes, dreams, and aspirations that I have for myself. So that goals and ambitions, paying attention to your work and what are you achieving, what is your impact on your environment, how you're giving back to society, etc., etc. That's coming up really loud for this month for you. It can also be that someone you love dearly can also be loved dearly, as in a platonic way, in a friendship type of sense. They can be going through some major transformations like this as well. Maybe they're going through a cleansing process, and you're there to offer help and support. Okay, but more so I'm feeling the first version, but this can be for like one or two people maybe. Okay, what else? Yeah, this can also indicate that, oh yeah, absolutely. The Eight of Cups can indicate some like psychic gifts, or gift a natural therapist, a natural counselor. You can understand the inner motivations of people. If you are identifying with that, then this is talking about you making that move to become that. You're pursuing that as your aspiration. That's something you were always skilled with, and now it's time to go for that. Okay, so that's what I have for you, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated, that it was insightful, and that you resonated with it. And if you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box. And I also do monthly readings, so you can see your August this time, August week by week reading, and basically for the months ahead. You can get that under one of the listings. But if you're wanting something on YouTube, there's a lot more information in the astrology reading for your zodiac. That's also there in my channel, by the way. You can watch for your sun, moon, and rising signs, and it'll give you a different perspective, and also give you kind of the mood with the dates. So you can expect that, you know, on the 10th, maybe there's something else. And then on the 22nd, there's something else going on. So you're feeling in sync with that, or you can identify some life themes that go on with you. But that's your choice. I will leave you with that. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye. Hi pile 3, welcome to your reading. Let's get into it and see what your month of August looks like. So I'm doing a pick a card this time. I usually do a zodiac reading, but I'm not including the astrology in the tarot version. So if you're curious about the astrology, you can watch the one for your zodiac there in the channel. But otherwise, I thought of doing the tarot videos as a pick a card like I used to do like way back. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 3, month of August. First major highlight, please. Let's get to the second major highlight for the month of August, pile number 3. And pile number 3, third major highlight for the month of August. Perfect, okay. So the first major highlight here we have is pay attention to your finances with the purse. Next we have table, which says hard work ahead. Okay, and the third major highlight is bat, which says take care, enemies are working against you. And by enemies, it can mean like self-sabotage as well, but it can of course indicate like actual people who are not wishing the best for you. But this can also be where there are certain losses and mysterious disappearances and things like that. I'm getting like leaky purse. Maybe check your purses, make sure there are no holes in there, or like purchase a new purse if that's something you need to do. There's also indicating, you know, do not be spending recklessly or carelessly, things like that coming in here. But I'm also getting that this can be, of course, this can be metaphorical as well, in the sense that you feel like you need to do a lot in order to deserve something you're getting, and this can be a way where you hold yourself back in some way. So let's get some more specifics. How's the month of August, please, for pile number 3? We have the good kind coming through. The good kind, very nice. This shows progression, so I like that. It's card number 8. We have manifesting and doing. Yeah, so it's time to kind of put the work in. You know, there's a lot of intention and wishing, wanting, all of that. We generally do that, but compared to how much we wish for things, we don't do as much, right? So this is the time where if you put in the effort, you can actually see some results or movement ahead, and you can feel like motivated about that. I'm also getting that some of you have the tendency that when you like work hard for something and you get like well recompensed for it, you immediately go and spend it on something that, you know, something major that kind of drains the account basically. Okay, so if that's your tendency, and then right after that you might enter into another cycle of why did I do that, and now I'm back to square one, and now I have to hustle again. I'm getting this sort of perpetual cycle, but in this month there is a really good chance that you are either spotting that tendency or you're finally making the moves to step out of that cycle. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? We have the sacred flow of yes. Okay, card number 3, and this talks about being in flow, but it also connects with the 12th house of Pisces. So 12th house is talking about certain losses as well, where we don't have that much you know, control over things, and they can be just unexpected things coming up and all of that. So make sure you save up already. And apart from that, it's talking about how you can listen to your intuition here, and that will help kind of guide you, because that's literally the strength of the 12th house, that if you pay attention to that intuition, you would not go for that connection who drains your energy, or that particular job which drains your other resources, or requires you to put in more investment that you're getting back, or, you know, you're not spending on certain things that would not bring you true fulfillment. So there can be some inner work that is being done which naturally inhibits the, you know, self-sabotaging tendencies and allows you to be more in alignment with life. Okay, then the last oracle card here we have is collaboration of souls. So this can be about meeting a soulmate, or, you know, working with someone else who can kind of help you get into better flow. So if you are someone who's struggling in a financial sense, or connected with self-worth, or like trying to find the right kind of job or the environment that you want to be you know, working in, there can be some, you know, co-working projects or initiatives that you are taking that helps you, again, come into more alignment with like-minded people and makes you feel more at peace. Okay. All right, what else do we have? Pile number 3, please, month of August. What's going on in the month of August? Okay, let's take these two. We have the 4 of Wands, which talks about homes, buying homes, or, well, that would be a big financial thing. So make sure you have the resources to purchase a home or rent a new home, or whatever the case is. Then we have the 3 of Wands. This talks about positive news and manifestations coming to fruition, or receiving some signs and synchronicities that encourage you to move ahead. So some nice positive expansion and growth occurring here. There can be a celebration or a party as well, so, you know, that's where there can be some losses, but honestly, like, you're having fun. So, okay, what else do we have? Celebration of getting a new job. So before the finance come in, if you have the tendency to, like, party in advance. I know some people who are my friends who generally have that tendencies, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, get your paycheck first. But yes, if that's the case, then you might be paying more attention to that this month. Okay, what else? But it looks like there's some sort of increment or something. There's absolutely like some reason to celebrate here. And even if it's like, let's say you get an upgrade in whatever you do, you still have to put in a lot of work, but you know, you're also getting recompensed. We have the Knight of Cups here, which talks about a beneficial, you know, a benefactor actually. But it can also talk about romance and collaboration with someone who's very charming, or is, you know, well-wishing, creative, artistic souls. Okay. All right. So we have the Page of Cups, so with the Page and the Knight, and Pages talk about that innocent worldview where you're like optimistic and looking forward to things. There's definitely lots of emotions going on. There's an idealistic view here, okay? Feeling like nothing can go wrong and all of that. To some degree, that's like awesome, because if you're generally someone who's fearful, then this is just the relief that you're looking for. But at the same time, if it goes a little bit too far, you know, you lose touch with reality. I'm not seeing any Pentacles cards here. So that's a warning I just have to offer, you know, take it or leave it. All right, what else? One more card, please. One more card for pile number 3. You know, romantic setting though, it's quite nice, because there's a likelihood of manifesting someone that that you can connect with. This can even be new friends or new partner, regardless of what type of connection you're looking for. Progress and growth. If you have anything, any business or work related to, you know, creativity, expansion, personal relationships, and things like that, then, you know, there is some good growth. We have Chariot coming through, which talks about rapid movement and movement forward. So it's sort of like, it doesn't matter what the odds are, you're willing to persevere. You might already know these costs that I already talked about. That if you move to a certain job, you may have to, you know, not earn for some time because you're leaving a certain space or whatever. You know, you might already know what the costs are, but you think that it's worth it because the goals that you have in mind are absolutely very compelling. So this is where, again, that idealistic viewpoint, that is something to watch for. Is it like lots of hope and aspiration, or is it also centered in reality? If you've already done the reality part, then for sure, like, go for it. Now, Chariot also represents the zodiac sign of Cancer, and this talks about protecting and fighting for your home space. Cancer is fiercely protective and defensive, not in a negative way necessarily, but like, you know, if you are in their turf, they know how to protect their loved ones. Okay, and they're very selective about where they put their heart and where they put their effort. But once they do, they're very sure and very loyal of that. Okay, so the Chariot has that type of persistence and determination, and also the defense for, you know, this is what I want to do, this is what I have to create, and I know that this is my purpose. It gives me fuel and fire and purpose, so I'm going to go for that, and I don't care what other people may have to say. So that kind of strength is really coming out for you this month. This can also indicate travel plans. Chariot and the Three of Wands talk about traveling, short distance more likely, but it can be, you know, long distance. I'm not much of a traveler, so any distance to me feels like long distance. Maybe you're someone who's quite the opposite, where you can travel for 30 hours, but you feel like, yeah, it's fine, you know, it was comfortable. But either way, the distance is relative, but there can be some travel here, and you're enjoying this. You can be, you might meet your nieces and nephews, or for the first time, some children in the family as well, and you might be very inclined to spend a lot on them, to like pamper them. Knight of Cups is very pampering as well, so that's something to watch out for. Just do what you're capable of, and you know, they're able to recognize that your love is real regardless. This can also be, you know, traveling home, visiting family. What else? there is some attention to the finances for sure, because I mean Leo, it's Leo season for most part of the month. So you might be looking at how can you increase your finances, and it's also like the way that you're earning, or the places you are investing your energy, time, resource, finance, whatever, you know, wherever it is you're investing, is it worth it? What are your priorities, and how can you, you know, change the way that you feel about certain things if there is a feeling of lack. Because Venus is retrograde at this time, and yes, I talk a lot about all these things in the astrology video, but regardless, Venus went retrograde in July, and it is about, it rules love life and finances. So there can be certain dips in certain cases, because yeah, we either need to be more careful, or we're spending unnecessarily, and we need to reprioritize things so that we can find better balance, and a whole new cycle of generation of ideas and passion and creativity as well happens through this particular cycle. And it doesn't mean that, you know, it's always losses necessarily. It's just that it's more clear that this doesn't work and this works, so we gotta try something else. Yeah. So there can be some type of expert here in your knowing. This is not someone you have to go out of your way to connect with, but this is someone you might be familiar with who goes by this Cancerian energy that was coming through. But they also have this fiery spark of like, yep, I'm gonna do it. It's not necessarily only emotional or sensitive or something, but they also have that, you know, initiative taking tendencies, and they want to go for certain situations. Okay, so they can be in a good position to give you nice advice, or some, you know, knickknacks, some tips and things like that, which just opens up your mind. I'm getting this opening of heart and opening of the mind, and that kind of spurs you into action towards making more finances or building more security, stability for yourself and your life. And it just encourages you through your journey. It would be very nice to connect with the element of water and fire this month in order to balance out your divine masculine and feminine energy, so that you know you're moving ahead in a balanced manner. That will enhance your harmony in life. You'll just feel more peaceful. That's what I'm getting. There's a lot of water element coming in, so that's ultra important. Okay, so pile number 3, what else do we have for the month of August? We have Virgo, Sun, and the 11th house. Okay, so if you are in the public eye in some way, or have a business where you have multiple clients and some public relations as a part of your goals, and this is talking about maybe creating a different routine or a lifestyle where you reconnect with your clients or people, and you know, you kind of deliver what they're actually needing. So the way that you come to service, that can be changing here. This can also talk about, you know, writing and expression. So because Mercury rules Virgo, so it can be that you are in publishing, or you want to be a publisher or a writer or a poet or something artistic in that way, and you're looking at, okay, so that's my aspiration, and how can I go about doing that? This can also talk about having, you know, shifting industries, or wherever you are, the organization that you're in, you're leveling up in some way, your hard work is paying off. And there can be some type of jealousy, but you're not bothered at all. It looks like you have this nice protection bubble that, you know, that keeps you centered. And I think if you have a lot of planets in your Cancer zodiac, or your moon is placed in a nice sign, it can be that you're not even bothered. You're very aware that, okay, these are the people who are my closest friends and I can trust them, or these are the people who got my back, and these are things that just take my energy away, so I'm not going to bother. If you have that power of distinction, I think you're going to float by very nicely, regardless of what the obstacles are. And if you are bothered by such things, this is the month where you're really making some breakthroughs. You're making yourself go out of that type of mindset. You're just focusing on things that are bringing you flourish, abundance, and you don't mind if there needs to be some routine change or a lifestyle change. You're like, well, you know, I'm not going to stop the daily little things stop me from achieving my biggest goals. Okay? Very lovely. So that's what I have for you, pile 3. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated, that it was insightful, and that it helps you out. let me know your thoughts. And if you want a personal reading for your month ahead, you can get that on my Etsy, or any other topic. You can always connect with me on Etsy. And like I mentioned already, you can watch your astrology specific reading. You get a different perspective, but also like different dates of the month, and where you can see the different moods that we're talking about here for your zodiac specifically. So yes, that's what I have for you. I will see you some other time. Take care. Bye. Hi Pile 4, welcome to your August reading. Let's get into it and see what is coming up for you this month. I generally do a zodiac reading for the month ahead, but since I'm not including the astrology in this and I'm making a separate video for the astrology, you can check it out, by the way, for your sun, moon and rising signs. They're on the channel. But since I'm not including astrology, I thought, okay, let's just do a pick a card tarot video and see what comes up for each pile. So pile number 4, please, August. Let's see what we got. Pile number 4, first major highlight, for the month of August. Two cards, no thanks. If something fell, let me do that. Okay, so pile number 4, first major highlight for the month of August. Okay. Second major highlight for the month of August. And third major highlight for the month of August. If you want your personal reading, by the way, I do a week by week tarot reading. Before that, I also get into the general vibe of the month for you, and also your love section, your career and finances, as well as what areas of your life are growing and expanding. Then we get into the week by week. We also do astro dice for each and every week, so you can get lots of details there. Okay, so let's get into this. The first major highlight here, we have flute, which says disappointment in a friend or lover. Second, we have flag, which says do not be tempted to lower your standards. And the third we have here is December. I'm getting Sagittarius, Capricorn. Okay, so let's see. Pile number 4, how's the month of August? Let's take them one by one. Okay, we have Sacred Mirrors coming through, card number 33. For some reason, 3 has been repeating a lot across all of the piles. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9. I just kept getting that. Also 5s and 8s in some cases, but okay. We have Creator Air. Okay, this talks about communication and thought process. The Sacred Mirrors talks about one-to-one relationships and projections with others, when we see ourselves in other people, whether we like what we see or we dislike what we see. Then we have the Now, which is about mindfulness, being present in the moment. One more. Okay, we have Ambush Fear with Your Ferocious Dream. All right, let's get some tarot cards. There can be some like conversation with someone here, because it says with disappointment with a friend or lover. Maybe they're like giving into their own thoughts or fears, something like that. But I'm also getting like compassion. You understand what's happening, but you're also very compassionate towards this person, because either you've been there, and you've been them. So you understand them and you're trying to motivate others in some way. Okay, let's get some specifics. Pile number 4, month of August. or it can be like seeing someone's true colors. That can as well be a thing. I don't like saying that because I mean that's not something that happens every day or every month, but I mean for some of you it could be the case that like you've been not in touch with each other for quite some time, so you don't know what's going on with them, but then you get in touch with them, and yeah, I mean Mercury is going retrograde, so it's likely to like reconnect with exes or old friends, and you know, when you get back in touch, you're like, huh, okay. Like I remember a time that I used to resonate with everything that this person says, but now it just feels like such a waste of time, or you know, such a different perspective that it's just not in my life anymore. And it makes you understand where you are in life at this time much better. Gives you more courage to keep moving forward, because you can see how drastically lives can change when you change your mindset or self-talk or whatever. And it just gives you that internal motivation to not lower your standards under any circumstances, come what may. Okay, wow. All right, and one last. Perfect. Let's start with the bottom. So we have the Ace of Pentacles here, which can talk about new business, new money earning opportunities, and new connections as well. But it also talks about like new lease in life, new contracts coming in, new opportunities and potentials that are just showing up. And this can lead to like material growth and comfort, and also increasing in your sense of stability, security, and just that sense of safety. We have the 10 of Cups coming in, which talks about happy family reunions, and this, some of you, it can be college reunions, and this might be your first time that you're an alum or something, or this is the first time you're communicating with them after a certain phase in life. But 10 of Cups can also talk about some type of celebration or you know, enjoyment that you are partaking in with people that you care about, that you enjoy spending time with. We have the 3 of Wands, which can talk about positive communication or results coming from previous communication, and also talks about opportunities, new doors opening up for you, new connections coming in, lots of vibrancy and passion. And this can also talk about making a bit of a short trip somewhere, exploring a new neighborhood, and again connecting with a different culture, which opens up your mind. We have the Queen of Wands coming in, which talks about personal strength, vivacity is the word I'm getting, and lots of charm. Okay, lots of charm. If you perform anywhere, then this talks about rising in creative and artistic talents, and maybe you're more expressive around this time. I'm getting a liberation type of feeling with the 10 of Cups. It's like spouting water, you know, so you feel very joyful, very prosperous, a lot of those happy things, okay? And then we also have the Queen of Cups, 2 queens coming in. This can be you and another person, but it can also be the 2 archetypes within you. So you might be a Leo, Scorpio combination, or a Cancer, Sagittarius combination, things like that, which is one like water sign and another fire sign. But the Queen of Wands also has that water element because she's a queen. After all, there's that happy blend between the divine masculine and feminine archetypes, so you're able to go with the flow, but you also take action. You can enjoy things and be in the moment, but you can also look to the future and the past, evaluate and change course, all of that. So lots of energy, okay, like active energy, dynamism coming through, and at the same time satiety, enjoyment, and taking immersing yourself in the fun. I'm also getting a savoring quality. You might be trying out new foods or connecting with new types of people, and you don't know anything about their background, so you're just going with that open curiosity and your questions, or you know, just your overall interest, and that can help you make a new friend. Not that you're going with that intention, but you might just happen to make new friends here, okay? I'm also getting an effortless vibe. There are like no blocks here. There's no blocks. So anything that you want to manifest, you can. Probably results are more likely to come after September, when Venus goes direct again, but that's a general statement, so just, you know, do you. That's just a timing thing. But it just says with the Three of Wands that it'll be sooner than you anticipate. So if you think something might take like 5 years to complete, it might take like 3 or something like that, okay? Just keep going, and that ferocious word is like coming out strong, right? With this elephant here, with its wisdom and perseverance, tenacity, but at the same time like that quiet confidence where you just walk into a room and it's very apparent that, okay, that's an elephant and it's going to take up this much room, and you know, this is what their personality is like and whatever. There is like an identity that is immediately known because you are you. Okay, and the same goes with the Queen of Wands. She does not change herself for a situation or a connection or whatever, and you know, you can admire that, you can dislike that, you can do whatever you want with that, but that's just how she is, and she's not apologetic about who she is. So that's where the, you know, don't lower your standards, because I feel like you've gone through a lot and you've taken advantage of many opportunities, and you to get yourself out of difficult circumstances or other disappointments to be where you are now. So the fact that you're happier, or you're in a streamlined process where you feel more in alignment with life or feelings or whatever, it looks very earned. Okay, it's about time, it's due time that you get your, you know, prosperity. That's the feeling that's coming through. Now this can be you thinking about all of these things, and you're putting in the action, and you're putting in the heart and intention to make these things happen, and it's just the right ingredients. And as long as you can keep on going, without a doubt, you're going to get exactly what you're looking for by December. Right, by December it looks like there's an important achievement or an accomplishment that can make manifest. I'm also getting, you might have started something in December, but it was not seen through, it was not followed through for some reason. And this can be a connection, like you were introduced to someone, but you didn't have a full-on conversation, and now you have the chance to revisit things from December and kind of take them forward. For the moment, that's what I'm getting. There's an upgrade for sure. When we see the cups here, there's an upgrade with the Three of Wands. So what else do we have for pile number 4 for the month of August, please? Capricorn, Neptune, and the 12th house. Okay. You're likely to have a heightened sense of intuition, especially when it connects with your legacy and other material aspects. Okay, so maybe less on the romantic front. There's that idealistic type of view, right? There's like no blocks, and you know, whatever comes, you're in that receptive state, but you're also taking action towards what you are desiring as well, and that's like awesome qualities. There's nothing wrong with that. But when we talk about the 12th house, it can be like losses, or things that we don't anticipate are going to cause some losses or pain or disappointments and things like that, that we're like working through, or we have to work through. So the 12th house connects with the karma. If you've done like lots of hard work in the past, you are likely to be recompensed for that. If you have been hurt in the past, but you have not been the one hurting, then you're going to be recompensed for that. You know, you get it. So it's there's a bit of a lag when it comes to the results that come out, and that's where the intuition part comes in, that when you just know, you just feel, you just understand without any logical explanation that you will succeed, or you will get that loved one, or you will be recompensed for something. Okay, even though you have no tangible proof. All right, so I think listening to that intuition, doing that deep dive like Queen of Cups is doing, can help you take action in the right opportunities. Okay, not lowering your standards, not reverting to the past and creating more difficulties for yourself, not giving in to previous disappointments just because an ex comes back and you know, you're happily moving on, you're doing your thing, you're being successful, being in the now, enjoying your company, etc. And then this person comes in and is like, well, you know, this is what I want, and we should get back together for so and so reason. There can be the temptation to go back to something that was familiar, but keep in mind how far you have come. That's the ultimate message that I get here. Okay? And for the previous difficulties or karmas or whatever you've racked up, there are likely to be some material recompensation for this. You're likely to be very happy with this. You seem very you're holding your own, you're doing your thing, but you're very soft and compassionate as well. Also, this December is giving that blue vibe of connecting to intuition, tuning inward, and, you know, doing that introspection stuff where you make sure that you're in the clear and that you are doing the best that you can, basically. That's ultimately that's literally the best you can do. So, yes, there can be some interesting dreams too, which give you that sign synchronicity symbolism, which also the Three of Wands symbolizes. Okay? So that's what I have for you, Pile 4. Thank you so much for being here. I hope the reading resonated with you, that you enjoyed, and that it was insightful. Let me know your thoughts. If you want a personal reading, you can reach me via Etsy. The link is in the description box. I will see you some other time. Until then, take care. Bye.